Welcome everyone to episode 19, I think, if I'm counting correctly, of Parkside Chat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs, Brian.
Oh my gosh. I want to watch that one again. And with a face card that makes dollars, who needs to make sense? I'm TJ.
Merlin's beard. I'm Liz.
Oh my god.
So TJ has committed us to doing new intros every episode,
Mm-hmm.
which is really annoying.
Wow, gee, thanks.
No,
But
it's fun.
because I have to go get creative, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You were pretty good with yours on the spot.
Oh, I had mine. I had mine ready.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Tammy says, "Hi, I'm Brian's mom."
That's cute.
Well, welcome in everyone. I'm excited about this episode because I'm like so stoked for this. Epic Universe is coming, and so that's what the episode's going to be about. But first, you'll see I have Mardi Gras beads on. We went to Mardi Gras last night.
Yeah.
It feels like longer
No, it was last night
ago than that, but it was last night.
That parade is so fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so good. I should have put up some footage of the parade last night, but if you have never done, I was talking about Mom on the phone. What is behind TJ? We'll get to that in a second. So if you've never done the Mardi Gras celebration at Universal Orlando, man, you really need to check it out.
Yeah.
They have food. They have like street performers, kind of. Not really. They don't really perform. They just mix and mingle, but they're basically taken from the parade. And then they have, a parade. Last night it was at 6:15. If you've been to it before, it was going the opposite direction that it did last year.
Yeah, we we found a spot and stuck to it, but then we saw the parade go the other way. We're like, well, we're at the end.
So we had to wait. We had to wait until the parade went the full route. We were basically, like TJ said, at the end. But man, it's so worth it. It's very family friendly. They do throw beads out at you, and these are complimentary beads, and they throw a lot of beads.
Yeah, and then I was like scarred from the previous year because whenever they threw them, they would like put some oomph in it, and one of them like hit me in the face, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
I did get hit last night, like pretty good at the top of my head.
Yikes.
But we weren't really trying last night, and this is what we got because we were filming basically the whole time. So we weren't really trying. If you've been to Universal's Mardi Gras celebration, let us know in the comments. Let us know your favorite part. And if you haven't been, connect with Liz and get Liz to book you over to Universal for a visit to the Mardi Gras celebration. And they have concerts in the park.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool as well.
Included in your admission. You don't have to pay
Correct.
really for it.
So TJ can explain what is behind him.
Yeah. So this is the newest edition of the Disney popcorn buckets, and I could pull it out. I can.
You can't really.
Not really. I'm stuck. But there's Figment in there, and it lights up, and it's supposed to be what's that building called?
It's the Imagination Pavilion.
Pavilion. Yeah. So it's the shape of that, and you can stick popcorn in there, but I'd like it more as decoration.
It's so cute.
Who uses
I like
a
it way
popcorn
more
bucket
than
as a
last
popcorn
year's.
bucket?
What was last year's?
Just the Figment. No, I think that was the year
No,
before.
that
it was like
2 years ago.
It was like the actual Figment, like.
Did they have a Figment
like
popcorn
body.
bucket last year?
No, I think it
I don't
was
know.
22.
Yeah,
was
it wasn't. It wasn't
like
last
the
year.
crazy one.
Right.
Yeah, where you just wait in line for it,
Now they have mobile order.
and it was so easy.
We're not Figment fans in the house, but when I did see that, I was like, I kind of like that.
It was only like $20 some.
Because
Love Figment.
Epcot is my favorite park here on the East Coast.
I think it's just because I don't have a connection with Figment.
Yeah,
He was before my time.
yeah. Rachel's here. Rachel
Rachel.
says, I use the standard popcorn bucket as my lunch salad bucket.
That's
If it's-
smart.
Everything perfect to shake. Wow, that is
That's actually a
kind
good
of
idea.
genius.
That's really smart.
Because
I like that.
here at home, what I do is I get one of the large mixing bowls, and then I mix the salad in that and eat it just out of the big mixing bowl.
I like that idea. That's
Any
fun.
other updates? Oh, we did MegaCon.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And just a lot in general. There's so many people there.
A lot of walking.
Mm-hmm.
It will tire you out for sure.
I never realized how big the convention center was. It's huge in there.
One of my followers who is like almost basically he's an OG follower. He posted the other day and he was like, "Oh well, all 4 days of MegaCon is over," and I guess he went to all 4 days. I was like,
Wow.
"Poof." I don't know. I don't know how I would do with all 4 days.
We just did 2.
We did 2 half days.
Yeah.
Not even full days.
No, yeah. Because we went from it started at 9 on Saturday and we stayed till about 2. And then we went Thursday. That was the first night. And that was from what? It was the afternoon and ended at 9.
Yeah.
But we left at 6 or 7.
Yeah. But
Did you see the
it's
Alyssa
pretty
Milano
cool.
drama?
No.
I think I saw a
There
TikTok
was-
of it.
There was some. I don't know anything about it. There was some panel with the cast of Charmed, and tea was spilt. I don't know what the tea was, but I kept seeing videos about it. I don't know anything about Charmed, so I just kept.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch
going.
it. Somebody let us know.
Yeah.
'Cause, now I'm
Let us
curious.
know what
Oh,
it
wow.
was.
Maybe Rachel knows.
Mm.
But great. I mean, I would definitely want to go back again. Pro tip: park in the Hyatt parking garage. It's a little bit more money, but it's right across the street. Don't park in the north-south lot. That's what we did the first night, and it was
You're gonna be walking 2 miles.
a
to get
journey.
there.
They have bus transportation, but I don't know.
They don't really explain it either.
Maybe
It's just
we're
there.
just not informed and didn't do enough research. Probably that.
Sure.
Probably that. But
But it also shouldn't be that complicated.
No, this didn't have any signage.
Yeah.
or bus times or how frequently they go. But
Right.
So I was just walking with the crowd the first time I got there. I was like, all right, I see people in cosplay going that way, so that's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
any fun
Sorry,
things up in
place.
Philly, Liz?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right.
Did you see the Instagram message I sent you about the 2026 World Cup?
Probably.
Probably not.
So you guys are gonna get the final, the final.
That is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
anyone
TJ's
that
ready to
needs
buy
a place to
tickets.
stay in Philly, let me know. We got plenty of rooms.
You know what people do is they rent out their place. They
I know.
leave
Yeah.
town and they just rent the whole place out.
I think we'll probably end up doing that if there's days that you're not, I know that TJ will absolutely probably come up here for it. So if there's days that you're not here, I might rent out
You should. I think you'll probably make some bank.
and just go stay. Maybe we'll come to Florida.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
come
We'll
to Florida.
drive down with the dogs. And come
Yep,
stay
I was gonna
with
say
you.
bring the puppers,
Yes. All right, let's get into this because I'm excited.
and it's a lot.
And
We
it's
got
a
a
lot.
lot
We
to
have
cover.
39 slides. So if you didn't know about Epic Universe before this, you're gonna know now. And then we're gonna end with the video. So we have slides, and then some lands and some areas of the park really have not been revealed. So there's really not much to say.
Yeah.
Because it would just be speculation. I don't want to do a lot of speculating. I want to talk about actually what's happening that we know of. And then we will finish everything off with the video. So you get a recap from Universal. And it's actually a really good kind of emotional video that they did. So, man, they were really stepping their game up, let me say. It was even the pulling on the heartstrings and everything, they're taking notes from down the street, and down the street's going to have to take notes from them in a second, as you will see.
React,
So,
for sure.
all right. So let's get going. I'm going to change view to this. So I'm going to kind of do the intro here, and then we're going to take turns going through each land. So last week, they've officially announced all of the different areas of Epic Universe. So we're going to break it down into each of the areas, and then finally we'll do the last 2 hotels. We'll talk about those. So we're getting Celestial Park, which is in the middle of the park. We're getting Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, and How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. So these are the areas of the park, and then in the back of the park you'll see the Helios Hotel. and we will talk about that briefly in a little bit. And Rachel did get the Charmed drama, I guess. It was about the then Shannon and Alyssa trauma. I don't even know.
Oh,
Something about cast members.
somebody's getting fired.
I guess
Okay.
it's a show I need to read or I need to start. To
Charmed
figure out.
was like an old, like a 90s, early 2000s.
It's like a CW show, yeah.
All right, we're moving on. Okay, so we're going to come... This is the newest slide right here, but then this slide was done by a website where it kind of labels things and like where they think things will be. So I am using this. You'll also notice that it's an old Epic Universe logo. They've updated the logo slightly, but we're going to kind of use this to get our bearings. So as the intro, we're going to talk about the park entrance. So you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner of this, you'll see that is where the park entrance is. The hotel is actually in the back of the park, which I find interesting.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool as well, especially on the next slide where you'll see some visuals. It really kind of gives a lot of depth to the park, as you can see by this slide here. So this is the entrance to the park, and I just think this is, I mean, I love it. I love the glass domes. Like, that's just beautiful to me. It looks like there's gardens on the rooftops. They're really driving home these beacons that shoot up into the sky. So this is kind of like your first beacon as you enter Epic Universe, and each of the areas that you can be transported to have a beacon. And then of course you see the Helios Hotel in the background. It just looks really quite beautiful in my opinion.
And they call that the Chronos. The physical gateway that you're walking through is called
Okay.
Chronos.
All right. Well, Liz did more research than I did. All right. So here we go. We're moving forward. So now we're on the other side of the Chronos. So as you enter in, there's kind of an open area in front of the water there. And this is the statue that you kind of walk straight into as you enter the Chronos. So over to the left where those flames are, that's where the entrance is. So you will come out and you can get a view of Celestial Park, which Liz will talk about later on in the video, but you'll get a view of all of Celestial Park. There's where you will basically stand as you enter the park. And of course you see the Helios Hotel out in the distance. It's kind of like almost like that castle vibe, right? You have that, what did Walt call it? The weenie dog or something? the thing that...
What?
I forget what he calls it, but he called it something. We talked about it at Disney Institute when we were at Disney Institute. But like that attraction, that thing that anchors you, and so that when you look over to it, you know where you are in the park.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I forget what it's called.
I definitely don't think it's Weenie Dog.
I think it is.
Weenie Hut General.
Okay. All right, so Liz is going to take it from here with introducing Ministry of Magic.
I had to obviously choose this one as mine because I am now weekly update level 23 in Hogwarts Legacy. So I've been zooming past all of my challenges. There isn't much that we know yet about this land. There's a lot of speculation. I think at the video at the end that will show, if it's the one from Universal that was just released, they'll hint to an attraction and keeping it top secret. But what I'm really excited about is being able to walk through like 1920s Paris, which they've announced. So like the Fantastic Beasts kind of like storyline, and then also having like the British version of the Ministry of Magic. I can't wait.
So if we go to the next slide, you can kind of see a little bit on this. There's speculation of a dark ride, and there's speculation of a theater show. So I don't know if that was...
They haven't talked about a show. They've only talked about the ride. And
really
just that
haven't
there is a
announced.
ride, not even that it's Ministry of Magic. But if it is, that would be killer.
What I will say based on the drone footage is that the Paris buildings are like life size. They're
Yes.
not like not like miniatures or get smaller as they go up. Like it looks like it is like life size streets of
Huge.
Paris. Yeah.
Huge. And it's
a
kind
very
of
big area.
disappointing that the fireworks cover that, but I guess it, based on the rendering, they didn't want to give too much away. But it does look really, really nice. And I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll take this one.
Good, because it's your turn.
I thought you were going to give me an intro, but okay. So, yeah, already looking at this artwork, the portal going into it is just, like, so amazing. It's, like, it's incredible. So, Super Nintendo World is coming to Epic Universe, and very similar to the one located in Universal Studios Japan, and then also Universal Studios Hollywood. It's going to be kind of the same thing, but on a much bigger scale.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, different from Universal Studios Hollywood, is going to get a Donkey Kong coaster, which we've seen some footage of the track layout and some of the features that it has, and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
So fun.
And so if you've seen any footage of Super Nintendo World over in Hollywood, it has plenty of like interactive features throughout the land. And so that's going to be good for like all ages and everyone to interact with. And then looking on this one, it says that there'll be like a Toad's Cafe quick service, which I'm pretty sure that Hollywood Studios has one. Not Hollywood Studios. The one in Hollywood has as well.
It does.
Yes.
Here is the layout of like kind of like the architectural drawings.
Like the permits for it? Is that what this is?
Yeah, so it's kind of cool to note that, like TJ said, it's the largest of all of the Super Nintendo worlds across the world, and there are three attractions in this land, and that is one thing that I will say, that it seems like the way that Universal's building this out is that there's not just one attraction in each of the worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have, 2, even 3 attractions. And I just, for opening day of a park,
that's pretty.
I think that's pretty great, because other people can't even open a land with 2 attractions at once. So I think it's really great. And we'll see. I mean, Universal still has to get this all the way to the finish line with opening.
Right.
And I mean, hopefully everything opens at the same time. But if their track record, is an indication of what happens here, I'm sure they'll do it.
And they're already testing rides. Like, things are built, and they have ride vehicles. Like, it's crazy how close we really are to this all opening.
That's one of the signs that they're like on track to open. I will say though, I noticed that throughout the presentation, we'll see in the video, I believe they took out the word summer and just put 2025.
Yeah.
So now it's just a broad
Which is
generalization
smart.
of 2025.
Like,
because it could happen sooner too.
Too.
We'll talk about how the hotels are starting to open at the early next year.
Well, yeah, you can already book one of them. So
Yep. So this, I pulled this in for TJ.
Look
this
how
is
pretty.
Tokyo.
so
and I was
fun.
looking at some of the drone footage.
This is a real footage. This is a real picture. This is not a rendering or a concept art. This is, I believe, this is a real picture.
And yeah, I was looking at drone footage of Epic Universe and the construction now. And they're starting to put, if you look at the very top where the flag is, below that, there's clouds. They've started inserting those in ours
Oh my
over here,
gosh.
which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
And the flag is up as well.
It's really
So
fun.
that's a good staple point.
So exciting. Love this.
I have a friend that went to Tokyo, and they said it was incredible. And I know people in Hollywood are going and spending as much time as they possibly can in that land.
I bet.
So
Very cool. And Rachel did give you an intro. She says, and now we have the terrific TJ to present
Somebody
Nintendo
gave me
World.
one. Thank you, Rachel.
All right. So I guess I will give myself an introduction. I'm Brian, and I'm going to talk about the Isle of Burke. So
good.
this one, I was like, kind of like, is there really that many fans of How to Train Your Dragon. Like I like How to Train Your Dragon,
I believe the movies like did well. So,
but
yeah.
like I guess they are creating a live action version of How to Train Your Dragon.
I believe there's a TV show too.
Is there? Wow.
Let
I
me
just
see.
didn't realize that there
Gosh.
was so much interest in How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm out of the loop.
But doing a little research for this is kind of seems like kind of one of the biggest lands in terms of like walkable space. So here's kind of an idea. Now nothing has been officially announced for this.
Yeah.
This is all based on blueprints or blueprints that have been submitted and speculation.
Right.
So this is all speculation, but there's potentially going to be a roller coaster. And some of this we see it actually being built, so there's going to be a roller coaster, but there's going to be a restaurant as well. You are going to be able to fly a dragon, and I don't know if that's being implemented through the roller coaster. Looks like they're getting a stage show because over in, I believe it's Beijing, and I have a slide for that. This is one of the rides that they are installing. I think they've already started
testing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is not the actual ride. This is just the ride technology. This is not a picture inside of what's being built right now. This is somewhere else in the world.
Hey, who are those people?
I'm very curious to see, like, is this a ride that I would want to ride?
I believe this is very similar to the one in, I believe it's Mall of America,
Okay.
where it's like the Nickelodeon themed one. And it's like you're in a little, like, it's basically looks like a little plane, and you have the ability to spin it.
Oh, to spin it and turn, like,
Mhm.
flip around.
Yeah. Which I'll apply you the pass.
It's supposedly there on this one. There's an interactive boat ride, so there will be multiple attractions here. And this is from OrlandoParkStop.com. Some of these images are from them. This could be their speculation a little bit as well, based on them looking at the blueprints. So this is what I wanted to show you about the stage show. So this is the stage show. This is an actual, I think, photo from the Beijing, Universal Studios Beijing. And this is the stage show for How to Train Your Dragon. So it looks pretty cool. My guess is that something similar will be coming here. We've kind of lost the stage show thing here in Central Florida. There's not a lot, especially at Universal. They've really taken away their large stage shows. There's buildings sitting empty or theaters sitting empty. So it would be nice to kind of bring that back in because it's a crowd eater, you know. Disney has a few of theirs, like Finding Nemo, but
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. But even Beauty and the Beast is not as big as, like, I feel like some of those theaters used to be. Like Tarzan always felt like it was a big theater, where Nemo currently is.
Remember the Hunchback of Notre Dame show at MGM?
That was before my time.
What?
Oh my gosh.
That was
I
before
would
my
love
time.
to see that.
Didn't they have a Lion King show or some show where
You mean aside the one from Animal Kingdom?
whatchamacallit, PhilharMagic used to be. There used to be a stage show in there, I believe,
Oh.
before PhilharMagic.
Oh.
So anyway, so this is some of the speculation because nothing has been announced. Trey's here. What's up? How's
Trey.
it going? Speculation is what's happening here except for this ride. This ride is definitely coming. There's a roller coaster, and hopefully we'll see a theater type attraction, a show here in the Isle of Berk. Now we're gonna take it back over to Liz.
We're gonna flip
And
back.
Liz is going to talk about Celestial Park. I'm sorry, TJ, that I did not give you an appropriate introduction
For
last
shame.
time.
I think I'm the favorite. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding. So Celestial Park is the first place that you'll enter once you enter the park, aside from the I guess even from the Helios Hotel, you would still walk in through Celestial, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna have 3 announced attractions. So they are live, announced by Universal. There's the Constellation Carousel, which in the video looks really fun. Oh, I'm going like way out of order from these slides.
No,
sorry.
that's fine. I'll just point the slides to what you're talking about.
But it's like a trackless carousel, how they're rendering has it. So I don't know
Huh.
if it's going to be like at down the street, like alien swirling saucers.
I
where
think
your things kind of like come in and out. But it
I
gives
think from
me
the
that vibe.
video, what I
Hmm.
saw was there was no, your pole isn't attached to anything up top. You know how like a regular carousel, you're
Mhm.
secured at the bottom, but you're not secure. I mean, you're secure, but you're not, your vehicle doesn't have a connection up top.
Right. Yeah, it looks pretty cute. Then we have Astronomica, which is a water walkthrough attraction.
I don't know if I have a
Um,
picture of that.
I don't think you have a picture for it. Seems like it's very much for the little kiddos. And then there's Starfall Racers, which is a dueling roller coaster
I'm excited for that
with
one.
2 side-by-side tracks, which I think is fun because it kind of gives a nod to, I almost called it
Dueling
Fire and
Dragons.
Ice, to Dueling Dragons.
Yeah.
So that's all there within that spot. There's restaurants, so I think you do have a picture of the
This looks
Atlantic.
amazing.
Yeah, that
Like a
looks so
fine
pretty.
dining restaurant.
This looks
It's
like there's
similar to
no bad
Nathan's.
view. It looks like there's no bad view in the house,
Mhm.
basically, at this restaurant.
Right. I hope it's encased in glass.
My first thought is, how are they going to clean that?
Right.
AC,
Well, that
and
would
hopefully
also
there's
be
hopefully that's glass and there's AC.
And that there's air conditioning.
Yeah.
And there's also I didn't read if it was quick service or full service dining, but like a Pan Asian restaurant. I think you have one here. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes. This
which
looks so
is
cool. Have you seen a picture of
called-
this?
Mm-mm.
What is in my notes? Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
So it looks like it
I'm
could
excited
also
about
be,
this one.
full service, but it hasn't been.
So this one butts up right against the Helios Hotel. So it's
Mhm.
right next to the hotel.
Which is fun. And I would like to comment on, in that video, they talk about Celestial Park being a space where you put the park back in theme park. So it definitely feels like lots of spots to sit and rest, people watch.
That's nice.
Kind of like the renovation of World Celebration
Exactly.
at Epcot.
Exactly.
How that is really built out into be like a park now.
Exactly. So it looks great, and it's the first section that we have concrete information about, which is very exciting. So I have to imagine they'll go around Celestial now and kind of announce.
Yeah, so based on the PR packages that some people got, like Adriana, Bippity Boppity Broke, she got it. They're going to be sending her coins to fill in on the item that she got. She got the Kronos, is that what it's called?
The tower,
Yeah.
yeah.
She got the tower that you'll enter through, and I guess throughout the next year leading up to opening, they will be giving coins to fill in spots that she has open on
That's so
her
fun.
Kronos. And so I'm guessing every time that they give a coin, they'll be announcing another land, basically.
That's smart. It's
Yeah,
very
very
fun.
cool. Love that.
And then there's shopping here too. This is the last thing that I'll mention. There's a Mario
thought I had it.
Superstar store.
I had it, but it's not here. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Which I think is smart, so people can go and grab their power-up bands before they get into the park. Into that land, I mean.
I
Those
see
were the
lots of
stores that they
restaurants,
called out.
and I see
Mhm.
lots of restaurants on this map. I am praying that Universal can step up their food game outside of their celebrations. I think for the celebrations they do okay on food, and in Harry Potter they do okay on their food, but I really hope that they step their food game up.
Yeah.
As long as they keep that pizza restaurant over there.
More to see.
Yeah, you like the pizza. All right, so I am happy to announce that TJ is going to be talking about Dark Universe.
Like, look at that entrance. That's so cool.
Dun dun.
It's so dark and eerie. I love it. So, Dark Universe is going to be where the Universal monsters come to life. And so one of the main attractions, they have named it. It's called Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experience. experiment. And so the stars of this ride will be Dracula, Frankenstein, and a new character named Victoria Frankenstein, which is pretty cool. So I'm curious to see how that story is going to play out
Yes,
throughout
queen.
that ride. And then also one of the other attractions for this land is going to be Curse of the Werewolf, which is going to be a spinning attraction with a swing launch. And so basically imagine the other park down the road that spins Guardians of the Galaxy. Imagine that, but I imagine it's going to be a little more intense with the spinning because the launch will like go back and forth. The train will go up and down and then it'll spin. So
Cool.
that's going to be exciting.
We don't have any renderings of those because I don't think officially those have been announced.
The names, the trademarks, like they're there,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
we've just
They filed them.
filed them,
But they haven't announced them officially.
yeah,
Got it.
but we've seen drone shots of the tracks, or at least the track for the werewolf one. I believe the main one is enclosed, in my
Nice.
understanding. But I'm so excited. It's going to be like a villains area, which is so cool.
Dark and moody. Yeah.
So, but I am curious to see how this is going to look during the day.
Mm.
That's my thing. Regardless, I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I that's a good point. I am curious to see how this translates into the daytime. But I love this because a lot of Disney fans have been wanting
Yeah, I feel like
Disney
we've been asking for this
to
for
do
years.
a villains land.
Yeah.
And this is really the first time where a theme park like Universal or Disney has really devoted a whole area to villains / horror. And so I'm looking forward to this and seeing how it translates. This park looks like it's going to be great at nighttime. Like,
for sure.
All the renderings mostly are like at twilight or at night. So
Yeah.
this is definitely going to have strong vibes in the evening for sure.
Of like Halloween Horror Nights,
Yeah.
but
So-
just year round. Which, speaking of that, do we know anything else about the Vegas attraction?
I haven't heard any updates. If you don't know, Universal is putting in a Halloween Horror Nights, permanent Halloween Horror Nights in Las Vegas next to Area 15, just off the strip. So we haven't heard anything lately about that. But hopefully soon, because that was announced quite a while ago now. Oh, here's another shot just of kind of a teaser of
For all the Universal monsters.
the monsters. Yes. All right, so I'm happy to reintroduce you to Liz. Liz, you're up. She's going to talk about Universal's Stella Nova and Terra Luna hotels.
Amazing, because I had a terrifying thought with that last slide, like that I had to keep talking about the monsters, and I don't know much more than what was already said. Okay, great. So there are 2 Prime Value resorts opening very soon, like within a year, basically. Terra Luna and Stella Nova. So kind of like Surfside and Dockside, very similar, kind of like sister hotel idea. Stella Nova opens January 2025 and is bookable. You could go and stay. Well, you could go and stay in January. And Terra Luna opens a month later in February, so about a year from now. Each hotel has 750 rooms.
I was going to ask that. Okay.
And they're all double queens.
Okay.
Double queen bedrooms. Of course, if you were to choose to stay at one of these resorts, Universal Bus Transportation would take you to the other side of property. And I feel like also get on a bus to go to the front of the park.
Yeah, I'm wondering how full these are going to be at the beginning
Yeah.
of next year. Like, I know the first few weeks it's going to be influencers there,
Right.
getting all the content. But then I wonder, as that dies down, will people actually
People want to
book
go
there
and
to
stay there.
stay there? It'll also be interesting to test. Okay, how's the transportation going to be between Epic Universe area of property versus going into, the original property?
Right. They'll each
Well,
have
there's-
quick service dining. So not like a formal seated fine dining restaurant, coffee to go, pools, and they're themed similar, but just a little bit different. So Terra Luna.
I guess I should move through these slides that I have. I have
Oh,
a
yeah, so
million
here's-
slides of this. I don't know
here's
which is which though. I mixed them all together.
That one I think is Stella. So Stella Nova is more like spacey, and Terra Luna is more like earthy, in my opinion.
Got it. So this is probably Stella Nova. This is
Yeah,
probably
that's-
Terra Luna.
Yeah. You're right. Yes. They seem quite lovely. Like I would be plucked into a TV show on Apple Plus. Honestly, looking at the
This
renderings.
is the thing about, and so these are moderately priced. So these rooms, Liz, did you already say the starting rate? The starting rate's $134.
Yeah. It's a
So-
great price.
Universal Studios Resort, Florida, has the best rates. They're I forget the tiers that they call them, but their value properties are like you can get it sometimes for $100 and change.
Right.
Like I heard something from somebody, it was maybe a YouTube or something. They're like, "Oh, where do you stay when you come to Orlando?" And I think that they were more like Disney creators, and they're like, "Well, we stay at Universal
Yeah.
because you get a pretty clean hotel. They're a little bit more modern than Disney's
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. Way like more modern, a little bit more up to date than Disney's.
You don't have
and-
cheerleading competitions staying.
Well, I'm
And
sure
I mean,
you do.
sometimes you do.
I mean, I'm sure you do.
I mean, maybe, but
I'm trying to think of the hotels we stayed at so far, and then what's the one my sister stayed at?
She stayed at
Was that
it's
Dockside?
either Dockside or Surfside.
But that was so nice.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
nice. And we stayed there once.
Yeah.
I forget why we stayed over, but we stayed there once, and it was very affordable. So, you're getting this very nice looking property for starting rates at $134 per night.
right. Yeah, the rooms look good.
It's giving what's the one?
It's giving
Non-existent hotel.
Yeah,
the
Star
Halcyon-
Wars.
Halcyon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Halcyon, for sure.
but at least it's a real window.
Which Disney
Yeah.
has filed permits for, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but they filed
did see
permits
that.
to do
So-
construction.
There.
I think to add something, so I don't know what they're going to do.
I hope so.
I'm sure it's going to be a boutique hotel. I don't see it going any other way.
Right.
Here's the restrooms.
So clean.
Here's the
Yeah,
layout. And so you said
Yeah, so
all
double
of them.
queens.
So
All
all of them
double
are going to be
queens.
double.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, I would like to reintroduce myself. So thank you, Liz, for talking about those hotels. So this hotel, the Universal Helios Grand Hotel, is what they're putting the word grand in there. This is really, there's not much information.
No.
Though it feels like it's going to be more of a luxury property. And there's going to be, I believe, a total of 500 rooms. So that is basically all that we know about this hotel right now. They claim, and I think it says it in the video, that this is going to be incorporated into the park like no other hotel is incorporated into a park anywhere in the world. I don't know what that really means. Like,
The Universal monsters come and tuck you in it.
I mean, I don't know how. I
That would
really
be
don't know
so
what that means.
fun.
They just follow you up to your room.
So anyway, that's really all we can share about that. But this concept art is beautiful. All of the concept art showing this hotel is really quite beautiful.
With an elegant Mediterranean inspired feel.
Ooh.
That's the detail.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is it for our slides. I think we made through those
That was
39
so fast.
pretty good. Because really the two that we can speak the most about is Nintendo World and Celestial Park at this point. The rest, we only can speak about Nintendo World because it's already there. It's already been created twice now, so we can speak a little bit more on that. And Celestial Park, of course, is the first area that they've announced. I'm really excited. We're gonna play the video here in a moment, kind of do a live playing. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments if you want us to react to your thoughts live. But I'm excited because I've never really experienced a brand new park before. I guess California Adventure a little bit. I've seen the evolution of that,
I
but
remember the commercials for those.
but
The
never.
huge bear.
But I wasn't there in the city when it opened, so and I wasn't here for when Animal Kingdom opened. So,
Yeah, all we
It's
got was
gonna-
New Fantasyland.
yeah, right. I've never experienced a full park opening, and I'm really excited about the renderings of this and how much there will be inside of this park. And I know that since they've been working on it, there's trees planted. The trees are already growing. Things are already happening there. They've been working on it for a while, and they're keeping a good pace. So we are going to go ahead and watch Universal's video. If you haven't seen it, or if you want to watch it again with us, we are going to watch that right now and kind of do a little live reaction. And feel free, like I said, to put your comments into the comments section. How do I do this? Oh, I click here. Okay.
You gonna move us?
No, just gonna leave us.
Okay.
Over my 35 years, I've often been asked what my favorite
Okay, by the way, so this is where the live reaction comes in.
Already.
So this this model that you see here or something similar is being installed into City Walk. So they've already taken down the Universal Legacy store. They have walls up around it, and that is going to become, I believe that's going to become the preview center for Epic Universe. So we should be able to see this model with our own eyes if you're here in Central Florida pretty soon.
And we have a friend who's a team member, and he said he's seen this exact model
Wow.
and he was blown away by it.
ride is. My standard answer is the next one. We live by the ethos that the next thing we do is going to be better than the last thing we did. So even though we've created some really incredible experiences, we're always looking to how do we make the next one even better. And it really
Singapore.
starts back
Singapore?
with the origins of our business back in 1964 with the world famous Universal Tram Tour. And from there, we expanded and built the first
didn't
standalone
realize the
park
Tram
at
Tour
Universal
was so
Studios
old.
Florida, which really became
Like in
about
the
riding the
60s.
movies. And that was an invention of Steven Spielberg, taking them into those stories, not just the attraction experience, but blows it out into entire worlds. And the challenge became, what can we do next?
Where should we be if nobody tried to find out what lies beyond? Have you never wanted to do anything that was dangerous? You never wanted to look beyond the clouds and the stars?
We went to the fans and we asked them. And the answer was pretty compelling. Give us more of your great storytelling, more of the immersive environments, and do it in the most visceral manner possible. Universal Epic Universe is comprised of 5 incredibly themed worlds, and in those, over 50 unique, compelling experiences. The idea was to bring you to these worlds you couldn't otherwise possibly imagine. And to do that, we wanted to create a mechanism that allowed you to be transported into another world, and it starts at the very entrance of the park itself.
You'll enter underneath the Chronos, the first portal, where all the planets will align.
Good job,
and exhilarating discoveries await as you begin your journey into Celestial Park.
Celestial Park is a world in and of itself, where fans have come to seek the ultimate adventure.
It's where we put the park back into theme park.
It has beautiful landscaping, incredible water features, amazing dining experiences, fantastic shopping opportunities, and 3 spectacular attractions. Constellation Carousel, a cosmos-inspired carousel unlike anything you've ever seen. Astronomica, where you can play with dancing fountains. and Starfall Racers, a dual-launch coaster where you race through the sky upon a shooting
It's like Roller
star.
Coaster Tycoon.
And anchoring this incredible world is the amazing Universal Helios Grand Hotel. 500 rooms integrated into the park like no other theme park in the world.
And from here, you can jump into any world. Portal like an adventurer to find all of the worlds you've ever seeked. How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk.
We made the dream a reality. The world's first dragon Viking utopia.
You soar with dragons and have a Viking adventure based on the great movie franchise.
And the ultimate wish fulfillment of flying dragons.
We have this great history with horror. So we thought, is there a way for us to breathe new life into the classic Universal monster family?
It's alive! It's alive!
Dark Universe, a world where Universal's classic monsters are reimagined in an ominous and chilling experience.
Everything you've ever wanted to experience with monsters is in this world.
When the fans told us to give us more of what we did really well, our thinking became, could we create another chapter of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter?
In the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, you'll get to experience moments from both 1920s Paris from Fantastic Beasts and the British Ministry of Magic from the Harry Potter series.
The ride inside of that world, I can't tell you because it has to be a surprise.
You come to Universal Orlando, you're going to get this trilogy of storytelling that is unlike anything else in the world.
We'll have Super Nintendo World, where you can jump into the action and step into the world of Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Donkey Kong.
You'll arrive in the most interactive, colorful world we've ever created.
You get to play in the world that you've only played on a screen.
Epic Universe represents a tremendous addition, almost doubling the size of Universal Orlando Resort. This gives us the opportunity to bring people to Universal Orlando for an entire week of the most incredible experiences they can imagine. Universal Epic Universe changes everything you thought you knew about Universal Orlando Resort.
The overarching emotion that Epic inspires is what it's like to have your wishes ultimately fulfilled.
Beyond the storytelling and the immersiveness, there's an emotional component to each of the worlds.
The worlds that were chosen represent so many things for so many people, and they're so vastly different. Thrill and fear and joy and all of it comes together in a type of experience that you have never been able to find anywhere else.
Everything that we do is really the culmination of decades of innovation and creativity and immersive storytelling. So we continue to perfect our craft, and Epic is really bringing it all to a whole new level.
Epic Universe is built on an amazing concept. The idea that you can go into a world through some kind of a portal and you come out in a world you never could dream of, you can experience it. I think it's going to just feed the imagination of so many people of all ages.
What I think we're trying to do most is give people the opportunity to really experience the full thrill of being alive.
It's gonna be big.
The thrill of being alive. Rachel said that she wants Hobbitland.
It's funny enough, a coworker and I were like geeking out about Epic Universe, and they have space to put another themed land in
They
there.
have two.
Yeah, and one of them could possibly be a Lord of the Rings themed land. which
Let's
would
see,
be so
but
cool.
Universe, who owns that property? I think wasn't that? Well, actually, I think it's not owned by anyone because Amazon took Lord of the Rings and did their own version of Lord of the Rings because I think that it's public domain. technically.
Mm-mm.
But I think that was it WB.
Yeah,
who-
WB owns copyright for their versions of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but not
But it could be a
Middle Earth
situation.
Enterprises is who owns
But
it.
they own Harry Potter too, so it could be a thing where they license it out. But there are two sections here that people are saying right below the fireworks and right over to the right of the Epic Universe logo that you're seeing. Those are
That's the one I noticed. Yeah.
two portals, because you'll notice you'll see a canceled restaurant between Wizarding World and the
roller coaster.
roller coaster, dueling roller coaster. So there is a pretty decent looking size slot there to put in another world.
More to come.
So Rachel says, I see some lands having way more interest than others. I like the idea of a villain land, but the current plan for it doesn't seem like it'll hold long term. I think that it all depends on not only the intellectual property, I think it also depends on the quality of the attraction, because if the quality of attraction is there, people will go and experience that even if they don't. I don't love Avatar, but I like the attractions in Avatar, the over at Animal Kingdom. Pandora, excuse me. So yeah, I'm not a huge Avatar fan, but I do enjoy the attractions there, and it kind of gave me more appreciation for that IP by having a land there in Animal Kingdom. So I understand that. I think though, if they do the attractions very well, I personally see like How to Train Your Dragon. Me personally, I think that might be the weakest link. But if they put really good, a really good show and
more for families though.
Yeah, true. All right, well that concludes our episode.
Does anyone have any final statements?
Yes. Bring any more comments while we're here. We'll be here for another minute or two.
I do.
Go ahead.
So for me, I want to say, anyone on the Universal team, we are ready to cover this. So whenever you want to invite us out, we're ready. 2, I'm curious as to see pricing wise how that's going to work out for both a regular admission ticket or annual pass holders, how that's going to fluctuate the pricing. And then also kind of going back to Rachel's point, how some might not seem to hold long term. I think an idea for that could possibly be, Horror Nights is such a big money maker for them. I wonder if they would ever think of bringing it to this and then kind of transitioning each land into like a horror theme.
Like Bowser, Bowser's thing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Dementors.
So that'd be fun.
It'll be fun.
Definitely.
I can't wait.
Lots of possibilities.
I can't wait.
Mom says she hopes for lots of green space. I mean, it looks like it. The renderings make it seem like there's going to be a lot of,
because we all need the shade,
hangout spot space.
Yes, we do need the shade. Need it.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. I wish I was creative like that. I have not a creative cell in my body.
Liz, any thoughts? Any final thoughts?
No.
Well, we are, like TJ said, very excited. And yes, Universal, it's time for you to give us a call. But we will catch you guys next time. Next week. We don't know the topic for next week. So
it's a surprise.
It's a surprise because we
We're
don't
gonna
even
figure
know
it out
yet.
on Saturday.
So yeah, we're gonna figure it out on Saturday. But as always, let us that you want to talk about. Tammy called them out for them
Yes.
not adding enough trees to New Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes.
And even like Batu is way too hot. I'm sorry. It's way too hot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shade.
No
in Batu.
shade.
In
In
Batu.
both
Mm-mm.
Hollywood Studios and Disneyland. No shade.
Yeah, I was thinking when I went to Disneyland for the first time and we walked through there, I was like, this is hot.
Hot.
I could see people like huddled up in corners to like.
I did like how
Fine
at
shade.
Universal Singapore, I liked how they had like shade and coverings to get away from the rain.
Mhm.
But also that
Yeah,
kind of acts as cloud cover a little bit to give you shade as well. So like mocks cloud cover a little bit just to give you some shade from the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week. If there is something else that you want us to talk about, feel free to shoot into the DMs. Thank you, Rachel, for being here. Thanks, Mom, for
Yes.
being here. Thanks, Buddy was here.
Mhm.
Trey was here as well. So thank you all for joining. I hope to see you guys. We hope to see you guys next week. And have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.